Hi, good morning everyone. So today we will start our live trading analysis. Today we will understand the candle sentiment, what the candle is representing, what the candle is showing. We'll also try to understand the risk management. So in this 1 hour live long session, we will try to uncover all the complex topics which makes us ultimately a better trader. So let's start straight away without wasting our time. Let's go back to our trading view and let's try to understand every candle in detail. What kind of trends? Is it uptrend? Is it downtrend? Whatever it is, we will try to learn it, we will try to decode it, and then we will try to understand what is happening under the hood. So stay tuned, buckle up, and let's get straight to the trading view. As you all can see now, Bitcoin is trading at 88,128 US dollars. Okay. Now, we can quickly check the following thing. As I always mention, whenever you enter the trading view and whenever you have the plan that you wanna enter any trade today, right? Whatever kind of trade you want to enter today, but always make sure to look for first, always start with the right hand side and then to go with the left hand side. Although right hand side does not make a lot of sense, but it is essential to build the foundation. So, whenever you start a new thing, it's a highly recommended that always start with building a foundation first. So, to build a foundation, we will quickly check the key stats like what kind of volume it is, what's the average volume of last 30 days, what's the trading volume of last 24 hours, and the market capitalization. As you all can see here in the screen, that's the current volume is 333.59. You can see the average volume from the last 30 days is 2.63k. The trading volume from the last 24 hours, you can see is 35.67 billion, and the market capitalization is on trillion, right? So you can see now you can also check the performance. What's the performance of the last 1 week, the last 1 month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months, years and year. Like so, as you can see in the last 1 week, the performance is written in green color. What does this mean? It's the positive response, right? So it has increased by 2.09%. Similarly, for the last 1 month, it has increased by 4.17%, right? So that's the very quick stat which you need to follow whenever you start your trading, right? So we are done. Let's go back to our left side. Let me quickly check if you guys can see me, if you guys can see my screen. All good, all set. Let's get started. Once again, welcome you all to this Bitcoin live trading analysis. I welcome you all, and I just want you to be, you have your very clear goal of what you want to understand from today's live trading analysis. So let's get straight. Let's get straight. So the key idea is we will start our analysis of the past 24 hours. I had set it the time frame is a 45 minutes. It means this every candle is representing the 45. This candle represents the 45 minutes behavior, right? As you can see here, that's the 22nd. So that's of 12 a.m. UTC, right? So this candle itself represents the behavior of a Bitcoin from 12 a.m. to 12:45 a.m. UTC, right? So this single candle represents the behavior of our Bitcoin from the past 45 minutes, right? Lovely. So lovely. Let's get started. As you can see, the first candle, right? At 12 a.m. UTC, we can see the green candle, right? But there is also very interesting part which you need to look at it. If you will observe, the candle before the current candle which is selected right at this moment, the three candle before the selected candle, you can see they all are green candles, right? And you can see the trend is kind of a uptrend, right? All the four candles are simultaneously going up, 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 closing the last close and going up, 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 right? So that's the important thing which you need to kind of understand, right? So whenever you will see uptrend like these, right, and when you will notice a sudden sideway kind of thing, like here you can see not a straight and the pure sideway, but there is a kind of sideway, right? And when the next candle is just, when the next candle, it, the following 4 to 5 different steps depends on the next candle right after to the side bend. What I mean, right after the side band, this is my next candle, right? Now, this candle represents the coming 4 to 5 steps, right? So we will decode this in the coming talks, but let's first get started with this 12 a.m. UTC candle, which is a big body. You can see here, it's a kind of a big body, right? Lovely. So we can see it opens at around. Lovely. So it approximately opens at 88,600 and something, right? You can see here the low is very, very, very small. There's a very low small, right? Which is of 88,625, which is quite very low. The body is quite large, right? And it closes approximately at 89,079. You can see the upper wick, which is quite large, which was the highest you can consider here as 89,575. The whole body you can consider here from 89,575 to 88,625. There is such a large body, right, which you can see here. Lovely. So what is actually happened here? So as you can see, the price opens at some amount which you can see again 88,600 and something, right? A clean psychological level which you can see here. Sellers, they immediately test below it to 86,000. That's a very less, 86,000, like 600 and something, lower to your the body where it opens, right? So buyers, they all step in so fast, and the candle, they closes almost where it opened, right? So what does this mean? The candle is basically saying sellers, they try to break, they all try to break this level, 88,600 and exact is 644. They tried to break this level, but they failed. Then buyers, they defended, right? But didn't push so aggressive. So this is not kind of a strength. This, we can say it's acceptance, right? So whenever you see a candle at a round number, it means big players, they all are watching, but they are not acting, right? So the risk lesson which you can consider here is there is a no directional bias yet. Trading here is kind of guessing, like what is happening, what will happen. It's like guessing around, right? So that is all what it is. Now, the second candle, what the second candle is representing. As you can see, the second candle is a red candle. Although it's not a big body, it's a kind of small body, but again, it's a red candle. Whenever you see the red candle, you clearly understand what happened here. So whenever you will see the red candle without any further thoughts, just always remember red candle represent there is a sellers were dominated, right? Basically. So as you can see here, So all the buyers, they show their first intent, I would rather say, right? So here you can see they opened at 88,980 something, closes at approximately 89,095. There you can see a long lower wick which was at 88,484. Then the upper wick is comparatively low, which was at 89,204, right? So what again happened here? So as you can see, the sellers, they again dip price under, they again dip price under like 89,000, but they couldn't hold it, right? And all the buyers, they absorb all the selling and they push price up to 89,000 and something, whatever the current price you can see here. So they try to push the price up to 89,200 and something, right? So what this wick tells us the story. First of all, the lower wick, which you can see here, right, till 88,500, it basically means sellers, they are rejected, right? And the close near high basically means buyers, they are confident into closing, which was this 89,210. 10. So all the buyers during that period, they were quite confident that they will close it, right? But the lower week, that basically tells us the story that sellers, they were rejected, right? So what the scandal itself tells the audience are basically buyers, all the buyers, they are not scared of sub 89 kind of 89,000 of prices, right? They are not scared at all. So from the risk management point of view, I would say, so the stop loss hunters must have been failed, and the early long entries, they all are defensible above 80 kind of 80 8,500, right? To quickly check. Lovely. Now look at the third candle, right? This is a big whopping red candle, right? What does this basically mean? Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, what does this candle basically entails? So, first try to understand the kind of body they have, how long they are, what kind of weeks they have. Do they have a long upper week? Do they have long lower week? Do they have, kind of a doji style week, or doji style maybe body? Do they have, smaller week? So these kind of things are important whenever you are trying to do the analysis of individual candle. We are not doing an analysis of like, a screen. Rather, we are doing an analysis of individual candles. So this the type of candles is highly important and superficial for us to understand what they are, right? So, two things I would like to mention here. If you are interested in learning more about the trading analysis and more like for trading terminologies, like what kind of candles we have, different types of candles, or like there is a huge concept behind trading, right? So, if you want to understand those concepts, you can follow us. You can follow us on our various channels like X, YouTube, Instagram. We are active everywhere. You can understand the different terminologies of trading with us very clearly, right? That's the first thing I would like to enter in. For those who are like an experienced trader, I would highly recommend, if you guys are looking for um, premium discounts and offers, you can use my referral link, which will help you to avail super discounted features, which will ultimately help you save a ton of your money, right? So, if you are interested in any one of these, you can. I would highly recommend you, everyone, following the practices. Like first, follow us on our socials. Try to understand the basic terminologies which we used to teach. Even if you are a trader, experienced trader, it will help you to strengthen your thought process again. And for those who are just newbie, who are just learning trading, who are new to trading, they can still follow us. They can understand the key concepts, because the way we are teaching to people, it is making, it's making it's we are our curriculum is designed so easy, it is designed so clearly that everyone who are new to trading, they will understand the trading concepts like a pro, right? So it's a highly recommended stuff. Now let's go back and let's get started with our third candle, which was at the time of 1:30 a.m. in the morning, at 22nd of December. As you can all see, it's a big red candle with the big wicks, right? With the equal kind of wicks as I can see here on the screen, right? So what does this intake? What does this mean? First, the candle type is kind of the bullish probe, I would rather suggest, because you know there's just a lower week, right? Okay. So whenever you see situation like these, first of all, let me quickly check if you guys can see my screen or not. I think probably you guys can see me, right? So lovely. That's all what I wanted to check. Perfect. So this candle represents a bearish kind of a rejection candle, right? Because it's a red and there is also an upper wick present here, right? So what actually happened here? Let's try to first decode this. So price, they opened higher and they attempt to push up, right? As you can see, the higher price, as you can see here, is approximately at 89,200 and something. So basically they opened so higher, they attempted to push up, but sellers, they entered so aggressively near the highs and the price was pushed back down and it closed red, right? So this is not a strong sell candle, I would rather say, but it's a kind of a failed bullish attempt, right? So what this candle is telling us, so buyers, they all try to continue so higher, but they all have failed and it's a failed bullish attempt, I would rather add, right? So the candle, what this candle is basically trying to tell us. So first, let's understand, this is very important for us to understand. First, it's again a failed bullish attempt, right? So sellers, they all are active above, I would say, here, and buyers, they are not in control yet. So from the context of trend, what we can see here, this candle does not start a downtrend, as you can see, right? So it pauses an existing upward attempt, right? So market is like transitioning from impulses to your hesitation, I would rather point, right? So see, a red candle after a green is not bearish by default, so it's a test to see like if buyers are strong enough to continue or not. So from the point of view, from the risk point of view, I would rather say this candle sets a local high resistance and any bullish continuation must break above the candle's high. So that is all what this candle represents. It's a bearish rejection candle, I would rather add, right? So from the next candle from 2:15 to 3 a.m. in the morning, right? So as you can see, it's a green candle, right? So it's a kind of the green candle. I would rather add it's engulfing the prior red, right? They are trying to engulf the prior red. What happened here? Buyers, they completely negate the prior red candle. You can see here, it's such a large red, right? So they completely negate the red candle and the prices they pushes. They are trying to push us higher and closes above the candle. As you can see, they close above this candle, right? So this is kind of a bullish response to seller pressure. So it is telling us that sellers, they try to stop the move, but buyers, they all overpowered them. So here, as you can see, the buyers, they dominated the sellers, right? So from the context of trend, again, you can say that this can again confirm that the red candle just below this green candle was just a pause. Structure shifts back to higher high behavior, right? Let me quickly check if you guys can see my screen. If I'm audible, I guess I'm audible. You guys can see my screen. All good. Now, so whenever a red candle gets immediately engulfed, again, it's a sign sellers fail, right? Lovely. So all what I want to say here is just from the context of teaching point, what you can understand here is whenever you see a red candle, right? Red candle gets immediately engulfed. You can see here obviously it's a bullish engulf candle. The green candle on the screen, which you can see is a green engulf candle, right? So whenever you see a red candle that gets immediately engulfed, it's a signal that sellers, they were failed, right? So the risk logic is here, the best risk logic I can advise here is invalidation for bullish continuation moves below the low of the red candle. And the second is I would want to add, this candle basically confirm buyers they still can control the structure, right? So this is what this basically candle is trying to tell us the story. Now look at the next candle, right? 3 a.m. As you can see, it's this AM represents the candle from 3 a.m. to 3:45 a.m. Again, it's a green candle, which I just mentioned, right? Whenever you will see a red candle gets immediately engulfed, it's a good sign, right? So the next candle, which you can see here, it's again bullish expansion candle, right? This is the expansion candle with again the large upper wick, basically liquidity spike, right? As you can see, it's a, oh god, here the liquidity spike, and this candle is basically expanding the previous green candle, right? This is very important candle. So I would recommend everyone, please follow your attention here, because this candle tells a different story, and I would want attention of everyone, see everyone watching this live session. It's highly important for us to navigate our attention to this trading view and to this particular candle, which was formed at 3 a.m. in the morning, right? So look at it here. So first of all, let's try to understand what actually happened here, right? So buyers, they pushed the price aggressively upward, right? And price, they reached kind of a sharp intraday high, right? Sellers again, they sold heavily into that strength, and price, they pulled back from the highs, leaving a long upper wick, as you can see in the screen. So what this candle is again saying us, so all the buyers, they pushed price up so fast, but the price was used by sellers to exit, right? This is an important thing which we need to understand. All the buyers, they pushed the price so hard, but remember, this price was used by sellers to exit, right? So this is not like a instantly bearish, but it's a distribution warning, right? So what basically this means, trend is still up, but upside is now contested. This is important. So long upper weeks at highs mean smart money is selling into the breakout buyers, right? So the risk is there is no fresh longs at the week high, right? There is no fresh longs at the week high. Can expect either consolidation, maybe you can expect like consolidation, or maybe a pullback next, right? This is the important context which we need to understand. Now, look at the next candle at 3:45 a.m. in the morning, right? So till 4:30. So this is a kind of again bearish kind of a follow through near the top rejection, right? So what happened here? First, let's understand this. So market, they failed to reclaim the wick high, right? And sellers, they pushed price a bit lower, right? And candles, they closes kind of near the middle lower part of the range. So again, it is telling us that the buyers, they couldn't defend the breakout zone, and this confirms that the prior candle was again not healthy continuation, right? So as you can see the trend is setting like it's kind of the transition phase from uptrend to pull back, right? That's the important context which we need to keep in mind here. And this is where the trend strength they started get weakening, right? So from the teaching point of view, we can say here markets, they do not reverse at the top, they distributed first, right? That is important. So the kind of lesson which we get from the risk management point of view, I would want to add here is that the scandal basically wants long traders to reduce their exposure, right? And all the aggressive buyers, they are now vulnerable, right? So these are the things which we need to understand from risk point of view. Now, when you will see the next candle just right after 3:45 a.m., that's of 4:30 a.m. You can see it's a red candle, so it's a bearish expansion again, right? So you can see this is again a control shift candle, right? So this is again the control shift candle, right? So what happened here again we need to understand. So sellers they take full control of selling, right? Prices they break below their multiple short term supports. One second. Lovely. So all the sellers, they take full control and price. They break below multiple like short-term supports, and the large red body, as you can say, they are trying to sustain the selling, right? They are not just a weak, right? So again, it is telling that this is not a profit taking anymore. This is a dominance, right? So all like short term trend, they flip from bullish to like a bearish pullback, and many longs from above are now trapped, right? So this is like a big red candle usually come after the disruption, which is not random, right? So do not short the bottom of this candle from the risk point of view, I would say, and wait for a reaction or maybe the lower high, right? So again, at 5:15 a.m., you can see there is again a red candle, which is again a bullish expansion, right? This candle is not so important, but the next candle is again so important for us to understand. From here, so it starts from 88,000, they move to 90,000 and something, right? So here, lovely. So from here, from the 6 a.m. in the morning, from this candle to the next 12 p.m. in the candle, this is like a whopping time period where you can see all the candles they are making an uptrend, right? So we will understand what kind of trends the guys are making. So let's take a quick 5 minutes break. We'll come back and we will understand what kind of trends they are making, what is there for us to understand, what the key point which we need to note, and what are the from the risk management point of view, what are the key things which we need to make a note on, so that we as a trader we will not make this mistake, and we will try to uh, broaden our way of thinking of how to enter and exit the trade. So let's take a quick 5 minutes break. We'll come back, we'll start doing our analyses. Lovely. I think let's get back straight. Let's get straight to the point and let's start our analysis. So I think last time we were at 5:15 a.m. We are done till here. So now we have to start from 6 a.m. in the morning. So basically we have to follow this stairs, right? So this stairs is basically the point of very first contact from where you will go up and up and up, right? So this is the first stairs which we need to start climbing together. So when you will notice this candle like 6 at 6:45, so I would rather say this is like a bullish candle, right? So this is a bullish candle, basically a bullish continuation candle. That's basically the reclaim attempt, right? So what happened here is all the buyers they follow through after the bounce, right? Price they pushes higher again, and this time sellers they do not immediately slam it down, right? So that is the important thing which we need to keep in mind from the audience point of view, right? And just telling us that buyers they all are attempting to rebuild the structure, right? So there's chances, there's a possibility that there's a higher lower formation, or maybe the market moving from dump to stabilization. So this is the important context which we need to keep in mind. So reversals are like the process, but this is not a single candle route, but rather and, right? Now, when you will see the next candle forming at 6:45 a.m. again. So this is like a bullish push into resistance, right? This is like they are pushing the resistance. So again, what happened here? Buyers they pushed the price back into a known supply area, right? And all the momentum they slows near previous rejection zone, right? So again, it is telling us that the market they are trying is retesting the scene of this crime, right? They are basically retesting the scene of the crime. That's the exact point which I need to add here, right? From the trend point of view, I would rather say like this is a decision zone, right? Either they will fall again a new rejection, maybe a lower high, maybe an or acceptance. Both are possible. Like whenever it's acceptance, that's the continuation. So like this is a kind of zone where either you will find rejection or you will find acceptance. If it's a rejection, it will make lower high. If it's a acceptance, it will continue to be the continuation stage, to be on the continuation stage, right? So from the risk point of view, I would say here, to add risk, there is only after acceptance, but not under resistance. That's the important thing which we need to keep in mind. Now, when you will analyze the another candle, which was formed at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, right? So this is again a bearish pullback, right? It's a controlled kind of green candle we have. Sellers they all responded at resistance, and the pullback is again very slow, and it's also shallow, and it's a kind of it's an order format, right? So what it is telling us. So this is again testing demand. This is like not they are trying to crushing it, right? And from that trend point of view, I would say it's a healthy pullback if it low, if the lows hold, right? But potential bull flag against a kind of structure, right? So this is what the bearish pullback, or maybe we can say the controlled what do we call? It's a controlled kind of candle we have. Now the next candle is interesting. It's a doji, but it's a doji is the indecision candle, right? You can see it's a doji. You will see another doji right after two candles, right after two candles of the current candle, right? So, what does this doji basically mean? So, what happened here? Let's understand this first. So, buyers and sellers they all push both sides, right? That's the first thing we need to first understand. but they closes near the open. You can see here, right? So this is telling us that the market is waiting for the confirmation, right? So a doji is like a question mark. The next candle is always the answer. So analyze the next candle. Now see, the next candle is again like a bullish resolution candle. You can see here. So what happened here is, see, buyers they win after the indecision. So as I told you, the doji is the question. The next candle shows the story, tells the entire story, depicts the entire story. So whenever you will see a doji candle, doji basically means just hold on, just wait. Do not rush and try to evaluate the process. Try to understand the process. No trade at the moment, right? You just need to wait. And the next candle depicts the entire story, which you can see here. It's a bullish resolution candle. What does this mean? So buyers they win after the indecision and they close above the doji range, right? So it basically set the context that they all confirmed the higher low and bullish is like bullish continuation attempt is still valid. So from these single candle, you can again expect the next 2 to 3 candle will definitely be the bullish candle, right? But always remember, this is not a financial advice. Whatever kind of learning, whatever the kind of risk management we are trying to understand, we are trying to make the note on is not a financial advice, right? It's just we are trying to analyze the candle, right? If I say after any doji, if there is a bullish resolution, it there is chance like I'm not making it a formula after doji. If it's a green resolution candle, if it's a big bullish candle, or maybe if it's a big bearish candle, it basically means the next following 3 to 4 candles, the next following 4 candles strictly follow the same pattern. This is not the formula, but 99% you will find the same stuff. But again, this is not the financial advice, right? So moving forward, the next candle, as you can see, during this time period, right? During this time period, as you can see, 9:45. As you can see, it's a doji. Sorry, this at 9 a.m. As you can see, it's a doji. So the next candle, following candle, right? From 9:45 a.m. Right? This candle is really interesting to see. So it's again a bullish continuation, but with a slowing, but with just slowing the momentum, right? So buyers they all push price higher again, but again, the candle body is slightly smaller than the previous one, right? So all the wicks they become more visible, and early seller their presence was there, but they were not like a dominance. What this candle is again telling us, so buyers they all are trying, they all are still winning, but the pace is slowing, right? So this is kind of normal during a trend, not weakness yet at this moment, right? So from the trend point of view, I would say they are still making the higher highs and momentum is kind of still or decelerating, but it's not like the reversing, right? So the clear point I would want to add, the clear summary till here I would want to add is whenever you will see the momentum this slows in an uptrend, expect either consolidation or one more push, not an immediate dump, right? This is an important learning which we need to understand. So the from risk logic, I can say it's still bullish, but this candle become a reference point. Like maybe a future pullback, like a pullback should hold above its low, right? So that's the thing which you need to understand. Now the next candle at 10:30 a.m. You can see here. So look at this candle. It's again a bullish stair step candle. Price they all open near the prior close and they grind upward, right? There is a no sharp rejection, I would say, and there is no aggressive selling here, right? Now, what are the next candles they are depicting the story? Right, again, so this is like kind of the acceptance higher. The market is still, comfortable at these prices, right? So this is kind of trend quality. This is again not excitement, I would say. So see, they all confirmed stair step uptrend, but buyers they still are building the structure. They are not chasing it, right? So the best trends they feel boring in this middle kind of say we can say. So the trend again they remain intact and from risk point, again, they stop teachable below and the most recent higher low. That's a thing which we need to add here. Lovely. At 11:15 a.m., what is this telling us? See, this is again like, this is a bullish expansion candle again with a upper week, right? So what happened here? Let's try to understand this. So buyers, they all push price aggressively higher, right? And all the price they spikes upward then pull back from the highs, right, leaving an upper wick again. So candle they still closes green, right? So what happened again here? So and let's understand what this candle is telling us. So buyers they push price into an area where sellers take an exit, right? So important distinction which we need to make here is this is like not bearish, right? This is the first contact with supply which we need to keep an eye on. So here uptrend is still intact, but upside is now being tested. It's being tested for such a long period, right? So upper week at highs are not sell signals. Always remember they are the information. Right. So there is no fresh longs at the week high, or you can maybe expect either consolidation or maybe a reaction next. So when you will see the next candle at 12 a.m., 12 p.m., I'm sorry, 12 p.m. So you will see again it's a bullish continuation with a hesitation. How hesitation? Let me tell you that. First, let's understand what happened here. So all the buyers they attempt to continue higher, right? Candle body is still again smaller, but sellers they show up earlier than before. So again, what does this mean? So this trend is still up, but it is entering a decision zone, as you can see. Still higher high structures and momentum, as you can see, is now fragile, right? So see, all the strong trends slow down before they turn, but they do not flip instantly. That's the important thing. So from the risk logic, you can see the aggression is now reduced, and this is where cross manage risk like the cross managers you can assume you can feed, but again this is not add blindly, right? Now look at the next candle at 12:45 p.m. So this is the bearish rejection candle, right? So what happened here? Let's understand. Prices they open near the highs, but buyers they all fail to push the price further, right? And sellers they take control and post a red close, right? So this is the first clean bearish response after the uptrend, right? And what the candle is telling us. So sellers, they all are now actively defending this level, right? So this does not break the trend yet, but it signals that the potential distribution might will come, right? So the first red candle after a strong uptrend is like a warning, but again, it's not a reversal. But again, keep in mind, it's a warning, right? So this candle again creates a local resistance. Bulls most reclaim that it's a high to continue cleanly, right? Now, as I told you, the next candle which you will see at 1:30 a.m. in the morning, you can see here that what is first, let's understand what is the type of candle here. It's a bullish attempt, right? So what happened here, let's understand. Buyers, they respond to the red candle immediately, right? And the price, they moves back up into the prior supply zone, which you can see here, right? Candle, they closes green, right? But they does not expand it strongly, right? So this basically means all the buyers, they are trying to prove that trend is not over, right? They are just trying to prove that you cannot consider the trend is over now, right? So they are not overwhelming, right? So we can say this is the effort, this is again not dominance, right? So from trend point of view, I would say there is a possibility of lower high risk, and market is testing whether the continuation is still valid or not. So from teaching line, I would say when all the buyers, they struggle to reclaim the momentum, this trend is under examination, right? So the risk logic one can consider here is aggressive longs are risky here. And confirmation, again, they require acceptance about this zone, right? Which you need to understand. Now look at the next candle at 2:15 p.m. So this is the type of bearish expansion candle, which we can say this is like most important candle in this sequence, which we need to understand. So see, sellers, they try to take full control, price drops like sharply, but candle, they try to close near the lows and like the and large red body, right? So see, like this is that this distribution is like complete, we can say. Weak buyers, they are trying to being punished, and all the big red candles come after the smart money has like sold, right? Not before it. So long bias is invalidated for the structure in charts. They shouldn't chase the bottom, but again, this confirms the bearish control we can expect from here, right? Lovely. Okay. So again, I would want to, add here for those who are experienced trader, if they are looking for, uh, if they're looking to avail extra bonuses, extra offers. So I would highly recommend them using my referral link. They will avail lots of discounted offers and continue offers. I would say for everyone, if they are like a newbie, or maybe if they are an experienced trader, if they are looking for bonuses, they can use, and they can try joining using my referral ID. For those who are newbie and they are still new to learning those concepts, still new to learning those technologies, I would say they can follow us on our different platform where we used to teach our audience about the trading concepts, trading terminologies from scratch. So even if you are newbie, if you do not understand anything about trading, you can still join us. You can still understand the key concepts of trading like a pro. So I would highly recommend follow us on our different platform, whatever the kind of platform you use. For example, you use Instagram, maybe some of them are using X, some of them are using YouTube. They all can follow us on our different social platform, where we constantly uh, teach uh, trading terminologies to our audience. So this is important, which I wanted to add here, right? So lovely. So we were at the scandal at 3 p.m. We were like at this position, but now the 3:45 p.m. Okay, so let's try to analyze what the scandal is trying to show us, and what is the scandal is trying to teach us. So as you can see at 4:30 p.m., right, this is like a bearish expansion candle, right? So here we can assume the selling was impulse, right? So here we can assume that it's a strong red body with again expansion, right? So sellers, they take control decisively, and this candle break all the prior bullish structure, right? So this is the trend break candle, right? Any bullish bias before this candle is invalidated here, right? So whenever you see a wide red candle with a follow through, the market has changed state, right? So it basically means shorting the low of this candle instead of waiting for reaction, right? So see the next candle, which you can see at 5:15. Again, it's a relief bounce, kind of a short covering candle, right? So the green candle forms immediately after this dump. So it basically means buyers, they step in, but only to relieve the pressure, right? So this is not, again, not a reversal, but kind of it's a reaction to extreme selling, right? So a green candle after a dump just means selling has paused, but not that buyers have won the match yet, right? Now look at the next candle at 6 p.m. So again, this is kind of a bearish pause, or maybe you can say a continuation setup, right? So it's like a small body, and and kind of we can think that kind of we can still say that it's yeah. So this is basically, the kind of candle. It's like the very weak bullish attempt, I would say, right? So buyers, they all try to push the price higher, but all the candles, they remains to capped below the prior resistance. So this creates just a lower high, that's it, and downtrend structure will starts forming again. So this a green candle below resistance is still like the bearish structure, we can say. But the next candle, which you can see, it's like a candle type, which is like a bearish continuation candle. You can see here, right? So what happened here is sellers, they re-enter aggressively, right? And the price breakdown, price is basically breaking below your short consolidation, right? So basically, they confirm that the downtrend is still in the continuation process, and earlier bounces officially rejected. And when I say the downtrend is still in continuation, you can see at 7:30 there is again a red candle, right? So basically, the second sell-off confirmed the first was not an accident, right? So from this again, you can see that's the stabilization candle, right? At this time period, right, at 8:15, right? It's a stabilization candle, which you can see here. So basically all the smaller green candles are like you can see it's a small green candle, right? So all the long lower week is again visible, right? So sellers, they attempt to continue, but they fail to accelerate basically, and all the selling pressure is cooling here, but they were not reversing the story yet, right? So this is basically the selling pressure is here it is cooling, right? So we can say that exhaustion pauses a big trend, and it is not flipping them instantly. So that is all what it is during the time period of 8:15 to 9 p.m., right? So That's the important thing, right? At 9 p.m., you can say it's a compression or kind of the indecision. So, like there's a small overlapping candle, and all the buyers and sellers, they are trying to balance the situation, right? That's the important thing which you need to understand. And this is like a start of, again, a bearish consolidation, but still, market is digesting the sell off. After these expansion, we can see all the market they compress before the next decision. So the from the following analysis we will do in the coming next live session. So the next live session is scheduled right after 1 hour from now. So stay tuned, and we will do the live trading analysis of rest of the candles. We will then try to decode the each candle from maybe of a 30 minutes point of view, or maybe like like a 1 minute point of view, because now we will try to understand, we will see each candle during the time period of 1 minute, during the interval of 1 minute, what they were telling us the story, how it is behaving, what's the behavior of Bitcoin and things like that. So stay tuned. And for those who want to avail extra benefits and extra offers, please use my referral ID. You will avail some of the extra discounts and feature using my referral ID. For those who are still new to trading, who want to understand, who want to understand more about the trading terminologies and technologies, they can follow us on our different social platforms. We are active across all the different social handles. You can follow us and you can start learning with us. Stay tuned and stay learning.